Hi, BJ Posnecki with Inspect and Check. Today we're in the backyard and we're going to go over a couple of safety tips on your deck. But before we get going, if you guys like these videos, please like and subscribe. And if you're looking for a home inspection in the Chicagoland area, Northwest Indiana, or Southwest Michigan, give us a call. We service all 3 states. My number is 773-403-3298. First, we're going to start with how do the guardrails look. Okay, so even though this deck isn't high, we're still going to look at things as if this were a deck sitting on the ground or 10 feet up. We don't want more than a 4-inch space in between the balusters. Okay, and then the bottom rail, same thing. So in this situation, this isn't bad, but now, you know, there is this larger opening here at the bottom where, you know, an infant could crawl through and then fall off the deck. We want to have the guardrail all the way down the stairs. Same thing with the balusters. Now from this bottom rail above the tread, it's actually a 6-inch sphere. Think of like a baby's head. So if we have a space larger than that 6 inches, we would call that out. You always need a graspable handrail. Okay, so as you see here, we've got some railings, but we don't have an actual graspable handrail going up these stairs. In the home inspection, we're going to be looking at, you know, all the framing and everything underneath the deck if we have access to it. So like, you know, the neighbor over there, they have one of these raised ranches where they have a deck coming off the second floor. It's really easy because we could stand underneath and look at it. But when we have these lower decks, sometimes with the lattice here or whatever they have, like a skirt that they have around it, it could be a little bit of a challenge. Post on a pier, so we want to have those footings all the way down, ideally below the frost line. I'd get my flashlight, you know, and I'd look under here and I would check to make sure that all of the joists are on joist hangers, that they're properly supported. The ledger board, we want to make sure that the ledger board is securely fastened to the home. If you are replacing any boards, now modern day building practices, we would put a flashing over the top of the ledger board so that this way any water that runs down the side of the home hits that flashing and it runs over, so it's not penetrating, that water's not sitting on top of that ledger board, rotting it out. When we come onto the deck, we are looking at, you know, the quality of the boards. You know, do we have any rotted boards? You know, we got a couple of them here that, you know, the boards breaking down a little bit here. I can see the edge of the boards, and the edge of the boards usually will rot, you know, first, just because right here, you know, what happens is that water comes in through the side of the board and wicks up into that side edge. We want to make sure that our railings are secure, that they're not loose when we come around and we check them, that everything is secured properly. With this deck, they have a little trap door right here. Well, below this trap door, if we take it out, there is an actual egress window. So all basements should have an egress window. This way, God forbid there be a fire, you can always have a second point of egress out of there. So in this particular house, they have their egress window right here where they can come out the egress window and then just push up on their little trap door right here. As you can see, a lot of these items that we went over today, they're very easy. You could do them yourself. Adding joist hangers, you know, adding balusters, a lot of this stuff. The balusters, maybe you might want a little bit of carpentry background, but you know, it's very simple stuff. You know, we just want to make sure that we've got 4 inches in between those balusters, you know, and then, you know, with the stairs here, you know, the bottom rail, you know, we've got less than a 6-inch sphere. But a lot of these things you could do yourself. Right now it's the fall, weather's cooling off, it's perfect time to be outside addressing this stuff before the winter. So I hope you guys found this video helpful, and we'll see you in the next one.